The Los Angeles Lakers have made 2 roster moves today. We're going to break those down in today's show. And then on the tail end of the video, we're going to talk about potentially the Lakers having a new starting center alongside Anthony Davis. We're going to break that down because you're watching the Los Angeles Lakers Report by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Let's dive into it. Cole Swider is no longer a member of the Los Angeles Lakers. They have waived him, which opens up a 2-way contract for the Lakers right now to maybe invite someone to training camp, maybe invite a couple of guys to training camp on Exhibit 10 deals, and they can battle it out for that final 2-way spot. So Swider, out of Villanova, played for Villanova, played for Syracuse. He was okay in the summer league, but at the end of the day, it was always a long shot for him to make this roster. A guy that did make the roster, though, Alex Fudge, the UDFA out of Florida, has agreed to a 2-way deal after playing for the Lakers in Summer League. He showed some of those flashes that we've talked about on this channel. He's had really good defensive potential, and he's someone that wins on effort. If he wants to stick around in the NBA and go from a 2-way guy to a full-time NBA guy, he's got to improve on the margins and especially on the offensive side of the court. So 2 moves, 1 guy out, 1 guy in. Also on the docket for today's show, the San Antonio Spurs offered or were going to offer how much for Austin Reaves in NBA free agency? We're going to break that down. And also, could Jaxson Hayes, the new addition to the squad, could he be starting alongside Anthony Davis as they go back maybe to that double big man lineup that had them hoisting Valerio B back in the bubble? We'll break that down. But first, I need you guys to show some love on today's video. Show some support to the Lakers Report, Lakers Report. Sounded pretty cool. Thought I'd say it again. So nice I said it twice. But show some love. Hit that thumbs up icon. Comment down below. Share your thoughts. And if you could, subscribe to the Lakers Report. If you want more Lakers videos, show some love so I can show the bosses that the Lakers fans out there want more content. Let's get into it, though. Austin Reaves, according to reports, was almost offered a major deal by the San Antonio Spurs and almost an offer of north of $20 million per year. This rumor comes from Hoops Hype and via Michael Scotto. Shout out to Scotto. He said the Spurs considered offering Reaves a restricted free agent offer sheet worth $21 million per season. Ultimately, however, the Spurs were scared off by the widespread belief that the Lakers would match any offer sheet for Reaves and chose to preserve cap space as a salary dump destination for future draft pick compensation. What this tells me, though, is the Lakers got Austin Reaves at a bargain. And if you're Rob Pelinka, you should be absolutely thrilled that the San Antonio Spurs did not offer Austin Reaves that deal, because we know the Lakers were going to match any offer sheet that Austin Reaves signed. And I understand why the Spurs didn't do that, but at the end of the day, they could have made one of their Western Conference rivals spend an overpay for a guy like Austin Reaves. Not necessarily sure it would have been an overpay, but man, when you let them get them at this number and then you don't have them really overspend, it allows them to be more flexible in their roster construction. So if you're a Laker fan, I want you to type thank you to the San Antonio Spurs down in the comment section. But this is the deal that Reaves inked with LA. I think it's one of the best deals in the NBA. I know it's the most that they could have offered him. They could have matched an offer of more. But man, when you're paying $12, $13, and $14 million for Austin Reaves, who is arguably your 3rd best player in the playoffs, and really for the better half of this second year, that is a great move for Rob Pelinka, who I think since the NBA trade deadline has been one of the best general managers in the association. And that starts with the Rui Hachimura deal. I remember when that news broke, I hopped in the studio, me and producer Jeff Cooperstein, and we were like, this is a steal. Rui is going to be a stud for the Lakers, and he was. But now he just gets Austin Reaves back on a very, very cheap deal. I mean, you don't get many players making $12 million that can give you 13 points any night, 3.4 assists, and be one of the most efficient shot chuckers in the NBA. Because we know Austin Reaves is going to get those shots up, but it doesn't matter if you get a lot of shots up if you converted a 53% clip and almost 40% from downtown. But my favorite thing about Reaves is he took his game to another level in that postseason run where the Lakers did lose in the Western Conference Finals. I mean, when you're scoring 17 points per game and 5 assists, 4 rebounds, better than 46% from the field, and then a white-hot 44% from downtown, you're going to get an absolute bag in the summer. And Reaves did get a bag, but he should have got a bigger one. But the Lakers are the clear winner here by getting him on a little bit of a discount. He figures to be a big piece, though, in this Lakers backcourt for a couple of years. You've heard him talk about his relationship with LeBron James. LeBron has talked about how much he likes Austin Reaves. I think LeBron said, what was LeBron's quote? Ever since I saw him on the first day of practice, I knew he was going to be this guy. LeBron also knew Kobe was going to score 81, and LeBron knew all this other stuff. So I don't know if it's ever true coming out of LeBron's mouth. But Reaves, he's a stud, and he could potentially be the starting backcourt mate to D'Angelo Russell this year. I think he will be, unless, D'Angelo Russell gets traded. But this could be the potential starting five, as rumors are coming out that Jaxson Hayes could be that starting center. And I like the versatility and especially the floor balance that this offense has. You have a really good ball handler in D'Angelo Russell. He can get others involved, but he also can play off ball, which is similar. And I could say the same thing about Austin Reaves. And he's still got LeBron James, who, when he wants to be, can still be a top 5 guy. And when Anthony Davis is locked in, plugged in, and healthy, I think he's one of the better big men in the association. Let's show our guy, though, Austin Reaves, some love down in the comments section. Type his jersey, the big 1-5-15, down below. Show some love. He's back. What was it? Hillbilly Kobe is his nickname. Show him some love in the comment section if you are happy that he is back with the Los Angeles Lakers. And make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, youtube.com/@LakersTV. We're going to continue to pump out content almost every single day on your Los Angeles Lakers. So if that's what you want, free content about the Lake Show, hit that sub button right now. Let's close out today's video talking about the idea of potentially Jaxson Hayes being the new starting center for the LA Lakers. The question that has been floating around and was talked about on the Low Post podcast by Dave McMenamin was, could he, the new free agent addition, high-flying alley-oop catch, and Jaxson Hayes, be the starting big man alongside Anthony Davis? Dave McMenamin said this: "It would not shock me if we saw Jaxson Hayes as a starting center to open up the season to see how that looks. But that doesn't mean that you're not going to see Anthony Davis playing center in the fourth quarter. That's winning time." And I agree, and I hope that's the truth with what Dave McMenamin said. When the Lakers are closing out games and it's clutch time, it's crunch time, and you're trying to pump out some wins in the Crypto.com arena, you need Anthony Davis at the 5 so you could have more spacing, more shooters, and just a more modern offense. But on the flip side, if I wanted to play devil's advocate, I could say the Lakers were at their best back in 2020 when Anthony Davis was playing the 4, and he wants to play the 4. He's been vocal about not wanting to play the 5 when he had Dwight Howard and a couple of other big men in that starting lineup next to him. The Lakers won with sheer dominance and size. It felt like their size and strength really just won out in that title run. I think having Jaxson Hayes potentially start the season as the starting center makes some sense, but I agree with Dave that when it comes to winning time, when it comes to closing out games, I would rather Anthony Davis be at the 5. And honestly, I'd rather see Rui Hachimura at the 4. Maybe a little D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reaves, LeBron, Hachimura, and Anthony Davis as that 5. And the Lakers, they have talked with Anthony Davis about going back to the 2 big model they had with AD playing alongside Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee when they went on that finals run in the NBA bubble. And it makes sense, right? I mean, you look at last year, the Denver Nuggets, they just dominated the Lakers with pure size. They couldn't handle the size. And in the NBA finals, the Denver Nuggets won with size. The Miami Heat could just not keep up with that size of Nikola Jokic and the other big guys on that team, Aaron Gordon at the 4. And even when they would bring Jeff Green in at the 4, there was just too much size and strength for the Lakers and, quite frankly, the Miami Heat to dethrone them and beat them in the NBA Finals. I mean, Jaxson Hayes, no doubt, is a solid player. I mean, when you look at what he's done in the NBA and specifically when he is a starter, he's done it 47 times. He's given you good production, right? You're getting 11 a night with 6 rebounds, good efficiency. He doesn't shoot a lot of threes, so I'm not, going to believe in the 34.9% thing. But I would love to see a little half-court pick and roll with D'Angelo Russell and LeBron James and some of those backdoor passes LeBron James throws. He's someone that I think is going to fit in well into this offense. And it's intriguing nonetheless. But it also, if you're going to start Jaxson Hayes, you still need a backup center because that's why you brought him here, to be your backup center. And there's a couple of guys left in free agency. Maybe you want to go after a Bismack Biyombo. Maybe you want to bring back Wenyen Gabriel, former Laker. But at the end of the day, if you do start Hayes, the Lakers do have a need at that backup center spot that Rob Pelinka will have to fill, unless you want to try and put Rui Hachimura back on Jokic in the playoffs, which honestly wasn't the worst move that they made, but that shouldn't be to your go-to defense when you're trying to stop a big man, especially the best player in the NBA. I'll ask you, though, should Jaxson Hayes start at center? What do you think? Should he be the guy that starts alongside AD? Type S for start, type B for bench, and thank you for tuning in to the Los Angeles Lakers Report.